Okay, well, here I am, and today's episode is Don't Waste My Time. Now, a million things come to my brain when I think about this statement, but the situation that really got me going on thinking about this topic was there has been a couple times on social media, in particular LinkedIn, and even on Facebook actually, where I am contacted by someone, and all three times they were men. And this one guy, the first time, this guy says, "Oh yeah, so you're a realtor and blah blah blah." And I, "Oh yeah, I'm a realtor." And he says, "Oh yeah, I'm selling my property in Arizona. No, Las Vegas." And I said, "Oh really? Yeah, it's a 9-bedroom, 6-bath, pool, something like house." And I think he says it's listed for like $1 million some. And I said, "Oh wow, amazing." And this particular person on their profile, they didn't have a picture and they didn't have their name, but they had their business. Okay, so I said, "Oh, well, that's interesting. What's the address? And, what have you listed it for?" And they said, "Oh, well, my realtor has that information, and I'm selling 2 other properties, one in Florida and somewhere else." And I said, "Wow, that's pretty amazing." I said, "That's a lot to maintain, a 9-bedroom, 6-bath. That's a lot of taxes and a lot of maintenance. I can understand not wanting to deal with that, right?" So anyway, long story short, if someone contacts me and they start doing stuff like that and, it seems a little not quite sure about it. So I wanted to be an investigator, a profiler, that is. Someone who would go to crime scenes and look at the crime scene, look at the evidence, look at how things were left, and you put together a profile of the person, the type of person you're looking for. You can often get a really good idea of what type of person you're looking for when you look at certain characteristics and evidence or hints of stuff. So anyway, I find out that this Las Vegas 9-bedroom, 6-bath home, first of all, there's not a 9-bedroom, 6-bath home on the market, not even close. Number 2, I find out I track down the name of the person by their business, because they have their business on their profile, right? Track down their name, track down their business, track down their personal address, and discover that they live in a small home that's like $95,000, and he's talking about how he's selling this $1 million home in Arizona and this other $1 million home in Florida. And I said to him, well, I don't know what happened, but I kind of put it out there. I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting because, I can't find that property, and what's the address and what's this?" And when I started asking him questions, just normal questions like a realtor would ask or a person would ask, like, "Oh, what's the address? What's the house?" He's like, "I was a Marine and I've seen things that people haven't seen before" on the messaging. I'm like, okay, nutcase. So I just blocked them. Then I had another one message me on Facebook like, "Hey, can you look up commercial property for sale and for rent in Port Aransas?" And I'm like, "Well, how much? What are you going to pay? Are you paying cash? What are you looking at your monthly, rent, or what are you going to pay if you buy it?" They said, "Oh, just tell me what there is." And I'm thinking, I don't have enough time to just shoot at the wind and tell you what's available in every price range. Like any realtor that has any kind of experience is like, "Yeah, no, show me the money. Show me your qualification letter. Show me your proof of cash funds." And if you're for real person who knows what you're doing and you're looking at property in Port A or selling $1 million in Vegas, you know very well that any realtor that's going to work with you is going to be asking you these questions, and you're more than happy to provide them the information necessary because you're a professional and you're an intelligent human being who's earned $1 million. So anyway, then just recently I had this other guy on LinkedIn say, "Oh, hey, can you send me properties on the water, not on the bayfront, like not on the island, but on the bayfront?" Like, he wasn't making any sense. And I'm like, huh? I said, "What do you mean?" Because we have lots of waterfront property. We have like the island, we have Ingleside, we have Port A, we have Aransas Pass, we have the downtown bayfront. I'm like, "Dude, you don't even know what you're talking about." But I didn't say that. I was like, "Well, what do you mean exactly?" I said, "And what price range are you looking in, and what kind of features?" "Oh, well, I want a boat lift and I want on the water." And I said, "Okay, well, 3 bedrooms, I said, "How many bedrooms, how many baths? Are you buying with cash? Do you have a pre-approval letter? I said, what's your price range? And so he says, and he said, I don't want the homes on Zillow. And I said, well, pretty much all the homes that are on the market are on Zillow, And he said, well, Zillow doesn't have whatever. And I said, well, Realtor.com is a direct feed from the MLS. And that's where we put our realtors put in our listings. So it goes to Realtor.com and 99% of them go to Zillow. But why don't you look on Realtor.com? Because I was sensing something was kind of fishy. Okay, so then I started investigating this guy, doing my research. And if you're going to mess with me, be prepared to be called on it, because I will find out. I will track you down and I will find you. And I will find out your stuff that you don't want me to know. So don't go there. So it turns out, once again, before this guy realizes that I'm catching on and he starts getting defensive, I found out this guy, he owns a house in Arizona. They're in pre-foreclosure. It used to be worth $275. Now it's worth $205, and it's in pre-foreclosure as of February. So I don't know if they got out of it or not. His business, he has a yearly worth of about 30 grand of income a year, and he's telling me. Then he messages me back and says, "I want the properties that are on the water, that aren't on the Zillow and the like." He wants me to find off-market listings, and I said, well, what's your price range? He goes, well, obviously you weren't listening. I'm gonna have my brother in Houston look for me. I'm like, and so then he attacks me like I'm dumb, or like I just lost business and I'm so afraid, I'm so upset, that I lost this waterfront buyer. Dude, you obviously haven't bought real estate before, because you didn't even tell me a price range. You didn't even say, hey, I'm looking between $250,000 and $400,000, and I need 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and a master down. You have no idea what you're talking about. And then they pretend that they're just trying to entertain themselves and see if I fall for it, so they can have this feel good about themselves, they can have this conversation that they're somebody that they're not. And I have the name of this person, so if you want to know what their name is, you can message me. But anyway, my point is, I'm giving real estate examples when it comes to real estate and in life in general. When I think about real estate, buyers agents and listing people, if your buyers are like, well, I don't want to give you my pre-approval now. I don't want to tell you that now. I would just want to see the property. Well, if you're for real, you're going to have no problem telling me who you're pre-approved with, how much cash you have, what your down payment's going to be, and that you're approved and qualified to buy. Because if you're not, I'm not showing you the property, and don't be defensive. And if you're serious and you're not an arrogant weirdo, you're just fine with that because you understand. So don't be afraid to lose a client. I was actually talking to a young gal who was new in the industry in real estate, and she's like, oh, but, I'm afraid to lose them because it could be like a $400,000 deal. And I'm like, you know what? There's too many weird things. Why hasn't he shown you the money? Why is he looking at this why is he looking at $400,000 and when he was actually looking at $150,000? I said, the pieces aren't adding up. And if he's for real, he'll understand that you need to know, and you're a businesswoman and you don't need to waste your time. So I'm saying that, in general, don't waste my time. I'm sure there's plenty of other professionals out there in sales and in, who knows, hospitality, and I don't even know. But I'm thinking, people, this is so silly. People are so messed up and so broken and so lonely that they want to pretend like they're somebody. And, oh, well, how much would it stay? I'm thinking of, a couple of my LinkedIn friends, Miriam and Carla. Oh, what would you charge to work out? Or what's a good rate at your hotel? Or, just to get conversation, but they're really full of it. They can't afford to work out. They're not nearby. They're not going to go to that hotel, but they're just lonely people. So anyway, as a realtor, as a person, I'm thinking, just don't waste my time, and also, when people graciously tell you, hey, I'm not interested, I'm married, I have kids, I'm not single, don't try to chat with them. Don't keep trying to hey, how you doing? Hey, baby, hey. It's I'm a lot more patient than most because it doesn't really bother me that much. I don't really care. I'm like, okay, whatever. But, for the most part, 99% of people are going to just block you and report you, and it's just weird. Just say hi and move on. So anyway, don't waste my time. And if you're gonna solicit my expertise and my business and my professionalism, then you better be prepared to have someone find out your business. Actually, I had another one. I was excited about this one contact, actually. Real estate investor out of Dallas or something, and thought, oh, how cool. And this person's like, hey, you know, what's your story? What's your deal? I said, hey, I'm married. I got kids, but, you know, if you're cool with that, let's talk. Oh, so, wow, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about your life. So I didn't really tell much. I told a little bit. I said, well, what's your deal? What's your deal? And so when I pressed them for information, they're like, oh, you know, this is not Match.com. And I'm thinking, these must be sociopathic, creepy guys that think they're going to play some cute little game, and then when you call them on it and you don't fall for it and you call their bluff, then they like block you and tell you you're the one doing it. So anyway, yes, I am goofy. I have made a slogan for myself, the face of Corpus Christi real estate, because I wanted to be a model, and I love like taking cool pictures of my face, and so it was just kind of like suitable in the sense that, you know, people know me for having a fresh picture every day. I put a fresh picture of myself every day so you can see what I look like every day. Okay, yes, there's vanity involved, but it's not all about the vanity. It's vanity plus my brand is branding my face. People know me. People see me. They respond to me. They feel comfortable with me. They feel like they know me. I interweave my personal information with my business. Oh, it's not Facebook. No, it's not Facebook. But what commercials on TV show kids playing with dogs, and it's a you know, commercial for underwear. You know, like, it's not about kids and dogs, but it's relational. It's about presenting a certain picture of an idea or a feeling, and that's what I do. So, you know, if you're not big enough to understand that, that's okay, move on. Obviously my target audience is LinkedIn, because I'm just very interested. I find it very interesting that there's such a dynamic group of people on that platform. So anyway, have a great night. I don't mind saying hello. I don't have time to chat. If you want to know more about me, read my bio. I'll change it so you can know more. I have nothing to hide. You know, say hi. I'm happy to say hi. I'm happy to, yes, all is well. Bless you. You know, I'll pray for you. If I can help you with some real estate, or, you know, you want to know about Jesus, go ahead. I'll do what I can, but I'm really busy. So anyway, bless you and have a great night.